Alright, so here we are, and we're going to unbox our new television and see what we have inside of it. Gotta be careful when you unbox it. A lot of times they put little things in the styrofoam, and you don't want to lose any of the stuff for your new television. So, you know, just make sure you save it and go through it very thoroughly. I always like to save my boxes and stuff for, you know, at least as long as your return period lasts. So if your return is like 30 days, I try to save the box for at least 30 days, because if you don't have the box and something does happen, you know, they're not going to take it back. Okay, guys? So I'm going to get rid of some of the little shipping foam. Take out some of the bigger pieces, just set it aside for now. Alright, and here's the main unit. And you know, you gotta remember, they're not very heavy. Just set all that stuff aside. Alright. So you don't want to drop it. Get all the packaging out of there, you know, stuff like that. And it should come with a little stand for the feet. Yeah, the box was quite a bit bigger than the television was itself, so there was some pretty good padding in there, you know. One piece with the remote control in it, so you want to make sure you don't forget to take that out. And that styrofoam piece is now empty. Throw that in the box here real quick. Set that remote aside. Alright, so here's the other piece of styrofoam, and this one has a power cord in it. It has some batteries. We'll set that on a table. And we also have a mounting bracket and a little package of screws. The bracket that we need to mount, and the screws that comes with it. It's important not to lose the screws, and they're pretty small screws. There's a few of them. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so you just get your bracket there, and there's about, so you've got 1, 2, 4 screw holes there, and the rest is probably going to go in the back of the television. Alright, so we need to go ahead and try to put the brackets on the television and stuff like that. And there's about 8 screws that comes with this particular model. 4 of them is going to attach a bracket to your base, and 4 of them is going to attach to the back of the television where the bracket clicks into place. There's different size on these screws here, so they're pretty easy to figure out. And the bracket does go on there. It would technically fit 2 directions, but you want to make sure you have it the right direction, because if not, the television is not going to fit on it. And let's go ahead and put in the screws here. And there was no supplied screwdriver, so you might need a Phillips screwdriver. And we got that bracket attached pretty solid. So we're going to try to click the television itself in to the bracket real quick. Hopefully it will work pretty easily. So there we go. TV is now on the bracket, and you can probably let go of it there, but you still need to put the screws in to hold the bracket into place. Alright, so here we have the television on the bracket, and there's about 4 small screws that's going to go in on the back of the television, so we're going to screw them in right now, and that also uses a Phillips screwdriver. And you probably don't want to over tighten that stuff. Power cable, and let's see here, take off the little protection, take off the twisty, and here's the cable. Alright, so I noticed most of the areas of interest are going to be on the back of this television. Standing in front of the TV, You're going to have most of your like HDMI and video type of connections are going to be on your left hand side on the back of the unit. On the right hand side, when you're standing in front of the unit television, you're going to have your manual buttons if you don't use your remote control to turn it on and off with. And the power is going to kind of be in the middle of the television on the back of it, and you should only be able to plug it into one spot. You shouldn't have to worry about it too much, and it's only going to fit in there one direction as well. Remember, with them newer connections on new devices, the connection might be a little bit tight. That one was pretty tight, but I still didn't have to force it in there because you don't want to break it. And there we go, we got most of it put together. It did come with some batteries for the remote control, and it also came with a little user guide or manual on printed paper for those that like that. You should be able to find a PDF with the information you need on the website or something.